Dear Great Pumpkin, I'm looking forward to your arrival on Halloween night. I hope you will bring me lots of presents.
Well, Linus, I'm pretty sure the Great Pumpkin will still show up on Halloween. But it is true the pumpkin and other fruit harvests have definitely been smaller this year.
Oh, good grief.
You want a Honeycrisp?
Thanksgiving is a busy day at the Charlotte's Family Orchard in Gagetown. Many families are out in the brisk sunny day to pick apples and choose their pumpkins. 2-year-old Caden and 4-year-old Marcus were among them. Are you guys here to get pumpkins? You want to talk into the mic?
What are you here for, Marcus?
What are we going to get?
A pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
What are you gonna...
else?
And apples.
Apples? And what are you looking for today?
Pumpkin.
What are you going to do with the pumpkin?
Happy.
And appies? What are you going to do with your pumpkin?
So we're going to make happy faces.
This year's harvest has produced smaller pumpkins in fewer numbers. Squash and some varieties of apples were also affected. The blame is falling on the bees, but it really should be on the falling raindrops. According to farmer Wolf Hiscock and beekeepers Don and Marlene Price, the cold, wet weather kept the bees inside their hives during the critical flowering time.
If it's wet, they won't go out because they won't fly in the rain. The raindrops are pretty much as big as they are, so they'll stay inside for that.
Hiscock owns Charlotte's Family Orchard in Gagetown. He's a busy man today, leading apple-picking parties from the fruit stand to the orchard.
I'll have to take you up to the other orchard a mile up the road. Okay, let's get But you get your rig in because we're all going right now.
Okay, where's the basket?
Right over in there. You got to be good at coordinating.
No kidding. So what are you taking up there? Your truck or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to jump in?
Yes, please.
I got to move that tractor.
Okay. As we drove to the orchard, Hiscock told me about the birds and the bees. Well, mainly just the bees.
But during the week, the time when the Cortlands in particular were in blossom, the weather was terrible. It was cold, miserable, wet weather, and bees will not leave the hive if the weather is miserable.
Right.
And as I said before, we don't have enough rain jackets or umbrellas for all the bees. So what happened? They got out, they didn't get out and do their job.
Don and Marlene Price know all too well what the bees are doing. They own 11 hives. Although today is sunny, the cold has the bees staying snug inside. Only a few would give comment. Even with 30,000 bees handy to their garden, some of their own crops did poorly because of the rain at blossom time.
All the chickens come to the fence because Marlene feeds them every time she's down here.
Every
Right.
time I'm down here, I pick something to throw in for them. So there's our one pumpkin that we got. And you can see how close our bees are.
Oh no. So how many plants did you have?
Oh, probably 6 or 7 plants. Not too many because it's just for the 2 of us.
Right.
But we got the one pumpkin and some birds picked the back of it open, so not so good.
Hiscock says pumpkin, squash, and other low-lying plants rely on the bees even more than some other crops.
And the pumpkin crop's more susceptible to having good a lot of bees around because they're low on the ground. The wind don't spread the pollen as well as it does in the trees where the cortlands or the apples are.
Out at the orchard, apple pickers skirt the muddy trail to get to the various trees for their favorites: Cortlands, Red Delicious, Honeycrisp, and Macintosh. It's more than just choosing the perfect apples or pumpkin. It's about the adventure, one that wouldn't be possible at all without the bees. As the pumpkin pie of Thanksgiving gives way to the jack-o'-lantern of Halloween, the important but seldom appreciated bees are settling down for the winter. Hopefully Mother Nature will be kind to all of us for a more bountiful harvest next year. For Stu Journalism, I'm Tammy Murray in Gagetown.